Hello, everybody. My name is Tucker, and welcome back to our Russian Fishing for Float Fishing series. Today, we are over at Belaya. I've never done a lot of float fishing here, but there's a couple of things that seemed interesting, so I figured I'd come here and give it a try. Right now, we're going after Dace, and then tonight, we'll probably go after Ruffe and crayfish. I actually saw a couple of posts on VK that gave me this idea, so something different. Wanted to try it. So far, I've been here about an hour and a half in game and have only caught that one small dace. So I got a 15-meter clip on the two bolo rods, and obviously this thing's not going to get out 15 meters, but cast it out as far as I can. I don't know if I'm just losing it in the reflections or if this one keeps going under and I just don't get to it in time. Definitely saw a bite there. Got it. Another small dace. So basically I've got size 22, 20, 24 hooks on here. And as shallow as I can get. Right now one of these has a leader on it for the bolos. So it's at, I think, 50 centimeters. The other bolos around 34 centimeters. And the telescopic rod's at 17 centimeters deep. Yeah, this one has a leader on it, so it's at 50 centimeters. Hopefully I fixed the problem I was having on spinning with my external monitor. It looks a lot better so far for me. So I'm thinking I did, but if you did watch that episode and heard all the windows blings and blongs, looks like I may have fixed it. I was having my external monitor, it's a wireless monitor, I was getting disconnected. And I think it's because I made some settings changes. So I reverted those. Unfortunately, it was one of those, it was working fine until I started recording and playing a game type scenarios. I also do have some extra RAM in route for this computer, which I think might help some things as well too. It's got 16 gigs, which should be decent, but I tend to push things pretty hard as far as memory usage goes. Run a lot of different things at once, so getting up to 32 will be a good thing. Dace to the face again, small. What hook do I have? I got the 24 on this one. This might be a good fish. Brown trout. Not what I expected, but I'll take it. So far today has not been super profitable, I don't think. We haven't gotten a marker yet even, but from a different fish perspective, it's been pretty good. And hopefully when we go rough and crayfish fishing tonight, it'll pick up. Post I saw said this was busy like 6 to 10, and then I think 4 to something. 8 to 22, or 6 to 22, 1800 to 2200. So we'll see. It was a trophy dace as well too. They were using sandwich baits, but they also said that using straight casters worked as well. Which we've seen some bites, not a whole lot of good ones, but we've seen some bites. I think I just missed a bite. There's a fish on here. Didn't even know it. Nah, it was too late. Too late again. And this is river float fishing. Cast it out, let it float down. If it gets a bite, great. If it doesn't, rinse and repeat. Another dace. Come on, game. Ooh. Amazed I got that fish. There's a bleak. Decent bleak there. Not really what I was aiming for, but wouldn't let me put the rod back on the rod pod yet. I haven't moved from where I picked it up from. So it's been a little slow, hasn't been the best fish. But it is what it is there. I don't need to turn quite that aggressively. There we go, marker Dace. I do think I should get some fluorocarbon line for these solar rods, especially if I'm going to be fishing smaller fish. Because if you notice, it's been this rod every single time, which is my rod that has a leader on it. We've got a couple nibbles on the other line, but not much. Fish on that I didn't even know about. what I'm doing is, since the river flows right to left here, I'm holding the rod that's in my left on the left side, because there was a couple times I wouldn't be able to put down the rod that was on the right because it would be too close to the left rod. So I'm holding the rod on the left and keeping an eye on its float with the float camera, and then keeping on an eye on the other rod's float with my real eye. And if you get a fish, just turn whichever direction will tighten the line up the quickest, whether that's downstream or upstream, depends on where the float is. Cast rod 2 out, pick rod 1 up. Nah, I was too late. So there I turned downstream and lifted up to help tighten the line up the quickest. And here I turned it upstream. Now I got to fish on both rods at the same time, so I want to be quick and get them both in if I can. So small fish there. Another small one. Ah, that was my fault. I missed the fish because of it. Missed the fish again. Nice eyed. We do have a bit of a run for where we're going to do rough and crayfish fishing. And we'll have to, I'll probably do that bottom fishing. I may toss out one of the walrus sticks. Lip's only 8 meters, so that should work. Well, this hasn't been as exciting as I would have hoped as far as fish quality goes, but it's different fish. About 2100, I'll start moving to, excuse me, where I want to do rough and crawfish fishing, crayfish. I grew up in the southeast, so it's crawfish to me. I don't live in New Orleans, but for a while I had a client that was in New Orleans, and the first time I went down to meet them, we went out and it was right in the middle of crawfish boil season. And we went out to a restaurant and got a whole bunch of crawfish. And they were all staring at me. My boss had never been to New Orleans, knew nothing about it. I had spent a lot of time there growing up. It was a vacation destination for my family. And my sisters went to school there for a while too. So spent fair time in New Orleans. And I'd pick up a crawfish and I'm just talking with the client, break it down like you're supposed to do it. My boss is just staring at me like, what the heck? And then I look at all the folks that live in New Orleans. They're actually up in Baton Rouge, but close enough. Look at all of them, and they're staring at me to see if I knew what to do next. And I sucked the head right out of the crawfish like a local would do. And that's when they knew they had a someone they could trust. That, and they put their Cajun on the line one of the first times I met him. Or first time I was talking to him on the phone, and I completely understood what their Cajun was saying. So it's a lot of fun. Probably gonna miss the fish on the other line here. I was too late. Both of these went down. I wanted this one because this is my bonus XP rod. Yeah. They both went down at the same time, and nothing I could do about that. Figured if I'm gonna only get one of them, I might as well get some bonus XP. Probably one more float, and then I'll move towards rough and crayfish. I think we pretty much have to go to the other end of the island. I don't even have the map. I think we're going up here. I honestly couldn't remember how long or if I'd even been to Belaya on this account before. Obviously I have, and long enough to buy the map. Nice Dace there. 500 experience points, 100-gram Dace. Tiny one. I've got my rods across now. When I say that, that means I've got rod 1 on the right of rod 2, or 2 on the right of 3, or 3 on the left of 2, however you want to look at it. And that's more just to make it easier on me. All right, so I want to go 68.49. Yeah, there's mussels. Curious. 15 silver. Not quite as good as I was hoping for, but I'm not going to complain. All right, so 68.49. Looking a little bit north. Yep. Using red worm. All right, so take the hook off this. All right, so I need to put this there, this there, one. Let's just go no food with the 24 hook using red worm. Flip of 8. Got to take the hook off the bolo rod there. We are fishing on the other side of the island now, so it's going to go left to right for the current. We're actually using pretty big hooks too. I just saw, relatively speaking, 19s. Decent rough. Let's go ahead and go up to the 20 on this rod. I didn't switch my quiver tips, so this may be fun. That is not a rough. The quiver tip. I think I actually have the heaviest quiver tips on fishing for tiny fish. Yeah, whatever that was, let go. There's a rough. There's a tiny rough. There's another gibble, I think. Might be a roach. Nope, it's a big gibble. Ah, I was late. Small rough. Marker rough. That's a rough. That's a big one. 98 gram. Not bad. Nope, not actually on. So 38 minutes in, 32 fish. Quality of Ruffe had been decent. Quality of Dace was not all that good. So today may not be the best silver day, but it was something different, and I was in the mood for something different. With work today, I had a bunch of CBT trainings to listen to, so I was bottom fishing for carp all day on my main account, and I'm just not in the mood to do that again right now. It's fun pulling out 4 kilo carp, 5, 10. I think my best was a 15 today. Over at Amber. This is a good rough. Since with bottom fishing kind of like this, you just wait till the bells jingle. And all I was doing was listening to a training, answering some questions, listening to a training, answering questions, taking the test. Good old yearly compliance type trainings that needed to be done before the end of the month. Decent rough. Luckily, I didn't have to pay attention too much to the carp. I wasn't fishing for trophy type stuff. I was fishing in an area I knew tended to have medium-sized carp. So, coming up on 41 minutes, got 37 fish in the net right now. About to be 38 here once this one decides to bite. This is a rough, this is a trophy, but it looks like it's a gibble. Trophy rough is only 150 grams, so you don't need much of a rough to get a trophy. And with how much I've gone for trophy breams on this account, I find it funny that my level 30 account Also does not have a trophy bream. Are you rough? You're a tiny, tiny bream. Come on. Press the right button, Tucker. You are rough? You are. No, you're another tiny, tiny bream. Dig some canoe worms. Or I guess kayak worms, technically. Right before I started, it looks like they posted some upcoming lures for the new saltwater map that's coming out sometime. So that'll be an interesting change. They've already showed off that there's going to be, or shown off, not showed off. They've already shown off that there's going to be crabs as well. Was curious if I was close enough to the fish market to see how much money we had made today. I don't think it's going to be a super good day. Although the marker rough are worth more than you think. Tiny bream or gibble. Marker rough. Some people call those tagged. I call them markers. If you don't know what I mean, I'm talking this green check mark. That's a marker for me. For some people, that'll be a tag. Long rod. Ooh, hello. 87 gram. Not as good as I thought it was. Probably a gibble munching on rod 2. Right now, I've got my bottom rods is 1 and 2, and then my float rod is 3. It's a crucian, not a gibble. A big perch, yep. Looks like a perch, yep. Getting kind of perchy. Is there a perch order? There is, but it's big perch. Yeah, 52 silver, not horrible. Ooh, nice rough. I thought that was a perch. Another fat gibble. Tiny, tiny perch. Bleak. There is a Bleak order. Although we're getting close to the end of the episode here. Ooh, another good Ruffe. Another good Ruffe. Hey, buddy. It is still very early in the week. It's Monday evening, so you will see a lot of weekly records because of that. Another Bleak. Another Ruffe. What's the Bleak order? 520 grams, we have 3. Ooh, are you another Ruffe? No, you're a perch. Needless to say, if that was another Ruffe, jackpot. So switch over to fly on that one to see if we can't get a couple more Bleakers, since there is an order. That'll be an easy 20 silver if we do. Need one more. I will probably hang around for that for sure. Probably for sure. Way to go, Tucker. It's kind of late. It's 10:30. Yep, missed that one. We are at 58 minutes, so when we do get this next Bleak, I'll probably call it for the day. May not have been the best day. I think it's going to turn out better than we thought it would, though. I know earlier we had 52 silver. We're probably over 60 now. And if we get the Bleak order, probably over 70. Almost past rough time. No, there wasn't one on here yet. Dang it. More kayak worms. All right, flies aren't working. Let's try bloodworms. Decent perch, 950 gram. Come on. Want to get this done. Float fishing episode, or the other fishing, spin fishing episode ran a little bit long today too. But for dang good reason. I got faked out. I got faked out. Went to scratch my nose and didn't have a hand on the keyboard. That bite. Be a bleak, be a bleak, be a bleak, you're a bleak. Yeah. Alright, there we go. All right, I'm going to guess 65 silver from the fish market. Or 79.40. 79.40 is not bad too. Some of those rough are 6 silver. The big Dace we got was 6. Yeah, those rough made it worth it. So we will sell, so we're at 197, basically flat. We'll sell these. And that was basically 20. That was basically exactly 74. So 94 silver today. Not the best, but a lot of fun. Some good XP as well too. And something different. So hope you all enjoyed. We'll catch y'all tomorrow. And we'll see you then. Hope y'all have good tight lines. Have a good one. Bye-bye now.